On the blue goal half of the neutral zone, along the near side, it'll be Brosman to take the face-off for the Falcons. Brosman, Bodwin, Collegia, Horn, and Bullis on the ice for the Falcons.
You know, I have a feeling that they might pull the goalie on this last minute.
Face-off won by the Falcons. Horn sends it over to the far side to Collegia. Collegia brings it into the zone. He'll stop along the half boards. Now flip it up to Bodwin at the point. Bodwin looking for somewhere to go with it. He'll skate down with it. Now send it over to the far side. Blue line to Horn, and the puck bounces over his stick and out to center ice. 40 seconds to go in the advantage. Pass ahead to Brosman. He gains the blue line. He'll skate in with it along the near side. Looking to center on front. Flipped in a backhand and was knocked down by the Blugolds. Clearing attempt kept in by Bullis. Bullis down to the half boards to Collegia. Collegia leaves for Bullis. Bullis down to Bodwin. Back to Bullis at the circle. He wrists one towards the net in the midsection of Peterson, and he'll hold on. 24 seconds to go in the power play. 4:03 to go in the game. The Falcons down 2-1. Face-off will come to the right of Scott Peterson. Brosman will take the face-off against McCabe. Face-off won by the Falcons. Puck comes to the point of Bullis. He skates down to the top of the circle with it. Wrists one towards the net, and it deflects right into the glove of Peterson. All right, I don't know where it deflected to, because now the puck came out to center ice. Must have deflected into someone's shoe, and then came loose. So another face-off to the right of Peterson. 18 seconds to go in the power play. McCabe and Brosman to face it off. Face-off in the near side circle. Won by Brosman. Out to Bullis. Bullis to Collegia. Collegia along the half boards. Sends it into the corner to Brosman. Brosman tries to come on the quick wraparound and knocked down by Peterson and covered up. 8 seconds to go in the power play.
You know, with the tied shots here in this game, it has proven that this game has come down to a battle of the goalies. And I think both goalies are really doing a great job. But we'll see.
3:47 to play. Falcons down a goal. 8 seconds to go in the man advantage. Face-off won by the Falcons. Puck comes loose to Bullis. Bullis to Collegia. Collegia will take it down into the corner. The Blugolds back to full strength. It's Collegia centers out in front and knocked away by the Blugolds. Collegia's one-timer knocked down. And the Blugolds regain possession. They'll clear it out to center ice. Bulls will pick it up at his own blue line. Flip it ahead to center. And the Blugolds intercept. Here comes Weston in on Luan. He wrists one. Knocked away by Luan. Puck loose behind the net. Now it comes over to the near side boards. Out to center ice. Be sent back in by the Blugolds. They'll need a touch up. Luan stops the puck, leaves it for a Horn as the Falcons start back the other way. 3:05 to play. Pass intercepted by the Blugolds, sent in deep. Norris with the puck now along the far side. He'll pass ahead to Ewell. Ewell ahead to Hageman. Hageman back ahead for Ewell. And then intercepted by the Blugolds, and they'll clear the zone. Back to center, picked up there by Kaiser. Kaiser tried to pass ahead to Ewell, too far. Puck goes all the way into the Blugold end, picked up there. Blugolds coming back the other way. Olsen with it along the far side. Gets it out to the center where it's intercepted by Norris. Norris to Bullis. Bullis ahead up the boards to McClintock. Puck tips off his stick. Picked up by the Blugolds and flipped deep into the Falcon end. It'll be icing on the Blugolds. 2:34 to go in the hockey game. Falcons down 2-1. Falcons' last win came 2 weeks ago today. Since then, they're 0-2-1.
Well, I'm just waiting for Coach Freeman to give Luan the signal to come to the bench and put a sixth player out there.
Probably about 60 to 90 seconds away from that as the Blugolds win the faceoff in their own end. They bring the puck out to center ice and they'll flip it in deep. Back behind the Falcon net, Luan tried to stop it. It got under his stick. All the way up the boards, back out to center ice, picked up by McClintock. He'll bring it into the Blugold zone, and he gets stood up off the puck as the puck goes in behind the net. Blugolds the clear, kept in by Bullis at the point. He'll flip it in deep for Hageman. Hageman in the slot, tries to take a wrister. He got it knocked away. And now the Blugolds will have a man going to the box after Hageman had a Blugold draped all over him trying to get a shot off. Finally did, and the second attempt got to Peterson. So Falcons will have the power play for nearly the remainder of this game. They'll go on the advantage with 2:09 to play. Falcons are 0 for 6 today on the power play. As number 10, Jared Williams, out for hooking. At 17:51, so the face-off now to the right of Peterson, won by the Falcons.
Third period. A minor penalty has been assessed to UW Eau Claire's number 10, Jared Williams. 2 minutes for hooking.
Quick wrister from the point from Horn right in on Peterson, and he knocked it away. Puck picked up by Brossman. He'll send it in deep to Bodwin. Bodwin behind the net for Kalesia. Kalesia out to Bullis at the point. Back down to Kalesia now at the half boards. He'll bring it out to the point. He'll leave it for Bullis. Bullis a slap shot. No, he passes down to Brossman. Brossman takes it behind the net, wraps it around. Oh, and it's knocked away by a blue gold defender. Puck back behind the net is both Brossman and a blue gold. That's Wagner on their knees trying to play the puck. And now they scrub for it behind the net. Puck comes loose to Bodwin. Now he'll send it back behind the net. Kalesia with it. Kalesia tried to kick it out in front to Bullis, but he was too far away. Puck intercepted by O'Hearn. He'll get across the red line and dump it in deep. 1:15 to play the game. Bullis picks up the puck behind his own net. He'll bring it out to center ice for the Falcons. Pass ahead to...
There goes Luan.
There goes Luan, so the Falcons skating with no goalie as the Blugolds will try to clear the ice. And they'll not kept in at the blue line by Roadhouse. He'll send it back in deep. Picked up there by the Blugolds. They'll try to clear it again. Roadhouse again to keep it in at the blue line. Roadhouse will send it down into Bodwin at the half boards. Cross ice to Horn. Horn's wrister towards the net. Tips up off a defender over the top. Centering pass out in front. Down goes the Falcon. And the Falcons will have a 5-on-3 power play as Hageman was ripped down on a one-time attempt with Peterson on his back. Hageman would have had a whole lot of net to shoot at.
Actually, it'll be a 6-on-3, Rob, with no goalie.
The Falcons will keep the goalie on the bench. It's 6-on-3 for 39 seconds. The penalty is on Tim Possel for hooking. And that comes at 19:20. Face off to the left of Scott Peterson. 5-on-3 for the Falcons. Face off won by the Falcons. Comes to Bullis at the point. Down to Kalesia in the left circle. Centering pass out in front. Tipped it off the skate of Uleman. And the Falcons score. Kalesia's centering pass went off. Jason Ewell skated in for a goal. And it's 2-2. The Falcons have tied it with 32 seconds to play.
Wow, that was a great goal. That was a great goal. They utilized all 6 players on that ice and definitely took the advantage of going and doing it on the 6-on-3.
Huge goal for the Falcons. I believe it tipped off the skate of Jason Ewell. We'll wait John Smith's call for the official goal. Face off at center ice. 2-2 the score. Face off won by the Falcons. Hageman with it. He'll get it taken away by the Blugolds, and Kearns will just dump it in on Luwan. He'll knock it down. 25 seconds to go in regulation.
The Falcons' first goal of the year, number 25, Jason Ewell.
Horn with it. Now he'll leave it over in the corner for McClintock. McClintock skating with it. Centering pass out in front. Hageman takes a wrist and scores! Hageman scores! On a wrist from the circle. Falcons have scored twice in 25 seconds. And they take a 3-2 lead. Back-to-back power play goals.
What an exciting shot.
The Falcons have come from behind, and they'll take down UW Eau Claire. 5 seconds to go. Alec Hageman, the freshman from the top of the circle, puts the Falcons up. .31 seconds apart the goals. And the Falcons lead 3-2, back-to-back power play goals. They were 0 for 5 on the power play tonight until there was 35 seconds left in this hockey game. Face off at center ice. Taken by the Falcons. They'll dump it in deep. And the Falcons have defeated the Blugolds here tonight.
Wow, what an exciting game. This was some great hockey tonight.
And the Falcons huddling along the boards in front of the hunting grounds, in front of the student section. A huge win for the Falcons early in the year over rival Eau Claire. A 3-2 win for the Falcons. We'll step aside and be right back to Hunt Arena. You're listening to Falcon Men's Hockey on Pure Radio 88.7 WRFW FM. WRFW FM.